We're going to get into the top 10 mistakes that you could make buying your first boat. Stay tuned. The buying experience holds so much weight on your entire boating lifestyle that you don't want to do anything wrong or make as few mistakes as possible. So many good memories can be made on the water that you want to take advantage of. If you've never owned a boat, you need to pay attention to this. Getting out on the water is very important so that you can understand what you want to buy. Do not skip renting a boat before purchasing one. Get out on the water, go to a nice rental location, rent a center console, a pontoon boat, a dual console. First, so that you can understand how a boat drives, and second, just so you can figure out what you're going to enjoy and what you want to do on the water. You can't rent once. You have to rent a couple times to really dial in exactly the style of boat you want to use. Find a place with nice rentals, not turds that are going to give you a bad taste of boating. Somebody's buddy tells them exactly what they need to buy and how they need to spend their money. Do not buy a boat because your friend told you it's cool. Buy a boat because you and your family thinks it's cool. There's so many good options out there and everyone has an opinion. Buy for you, not for what your buddy says to make it to look cool. Buying too small just so that you can stay on budget. And I'm not saying this to get you to spend more money, but a lot of the times you can spend a few grand more and suddenly you're in a little bit larger boat that's going to work for you a lot longer. It's worth looking at that extra couple grand you have to spend to buy something you're going to have for a long time. Not buying local because you're chasing a deal. Like, go to your local dealership, and if you want to price shop, that's great, but service after the sale is super important. If you get a better deal elsewhere or find that better deal, go back to your original dealership or the one that's in your backyard and tell them, hey, I can buy this boat 1,000 miles away to save 40 or 50 bucks or 40 or 400 bucks, whatever it is. Give your salesman another shot and try and win the deal, because that rapport that you're going to have with the dealership next to you in your backyard means a lot when it comes time to fixing a live well pump or taking care of some warranty, and it's not worth the headache.
Every boat has problems. New, used, you name it. There's something that's going to need to be done, and having that local support is huge.
Mistake number 5 really pertains to the used boat buyer, but never skip a boat inspection. There's so many factors that go into a boat inspection, and it can be bow to stern, hitting all the switches, checking the wiring and the electrical. But a motor inspection may require a different individual to do it. Compression tests, check the lower unit. You want a full motor download to check the history. And another thing that kind of falls into this category is engine hours. If you're buying a boat used and it's got 500 or 600 engine hours on it, when it comes time in 2 years for you to sell it, now you're going to have 800, and it becomes a big talking point that's very challenging to get over. So you want to find something with 200-300 hours in the used market. That's my opinion anyway. That's going to give you some good boating time before you have too many on your hands. Mistake number 6 I see all the time, and it sounds kind of cheesy, but there is no replacement for displacement. Never buy a boat with minimum horsepower. Always try and at least buy midline. So if it's rated for a 300 max, and you can put a 250 or a 300, try for a 250 or a 300. I've never owned a boat that I've been disappointed with having too much power. Number 7 is another big one.
I know this one. Happy wife, happy life. Make sure your wife enjoys the boat, likes the boat as much as you do. Make sure that, your options out there are going to be hardcore fishing or comfort and fishing or full comfort. It is really cool to have a nice fishing boat. It is really annoying when you're on that fishing boat and your kids are crying because they're uncomfortable. Your wife doesn't have anywhere to sit, anywhere to feed the kids, feed the baby, and it gets old. So you need to bring them with you, look at the boats, take into account their opinions, and make the right decision.
Or else she's going to tell you to sell it because she doesn't want to go on it with you. Happy
Wow,
wife,
wow.
happy life is pretty important, especially in this boat journey process that can be the ultimate family fun experience. Mistake number 8 is one I see all the time, especially at the dealership I work for, because we have 4 different locations all within 100 miles of each other. The buyer will play multiple salesmen at the same dealership and think it's going to benefit them. Stick to one guy, stick to the guy you like, and don't go play around, because salesmen work on commission. So when you think you're going to put one against the other, suddenly those guys are splitting their commission. Do you really think that's going to help you get a better deal? Every time, like even at the end of the deal, and they're like, oh, can I get a set of bumpers? If you make your salesman have to split something, every little dollar matters so much, they're going to be like, yeah, you can pay for them. But if you just treat the salesman fairly, they'll treat you fairly, and it's a big, big factor to enjoying the boat buying experience. I'm not telling you to not shop. I'm telling you, don't shop the same dealership. If you're going to shop and you find that boat, like we discussed earlier, that's 1,000 miles away, call your guy at the local dealership. Don't call 3 guys at the local dealership and see who's going to fight for the best, because eventually it muddies the water, and then your salesmen don't have a customer experience because you're working 3 guys as well. Mistake number 9 is skipping the sea trial. The sea trial pretty much gives you all the information you really need to know that you're going to love the boat. And don't take a 10-minute sea trial. Get behind the wheel and drive 20, 30 minutes. And when the salesman's driving, watch how he's driving. Check and see if he's using trim tabs, Seakeeper rides on. Shut that off. See how the boat runs on its own bottom. See how it rides with Seakeeper ride, with the trim tabs. And just get a really good feel for the boat. Don't get tricked into, oh my gosh, it rides awesome, when you have to have half the trim tabs down in order to get the boat to stop porpoising. Test everything you can on the water and see how it's going to fit for you. Bring the wife and kids, sit down, see how the seating works for you. Just test everything like it's the boat you're going to buy and invest in, because you're going to be paying for it. At mistake number 10, I've thought of a couple more that we might throw in here, but mistake number 10 is, do you really want to own a trailer if you're going to trailer? The boat ramp can be chaotic. The boat ramp I see fights, drunk people at the end of the day, and it's very, very stressful. Sometimes it's worth paying for a marina. It's a couple $100 a month if it's a small boat. And yes, it can get very expensive as things go on, but so can a trailer, so can maintenance on all that. And when you're in a marina, the boat is out of the elements. So there's a lot of value in all of that. And the ease of use at a marina, it makes life easy. It's not stressful to uncover your boat. It's not stressful to tow it down to the ramp on a Saturday, flush the motor. There's so many advantages to being in a marina. And if you put that into your budget, you're going to end up using your boat more. Another one for you, add-ons to the boat and when you think you're going to put them on and how you'll use them. But convenience factors like power poles and trolling motors make life so easy at the sandbar or fishing. And there's really no better time than to do it when you're buying the boat now versus saying you're going to do it 2 or 3 years down the line. You'll never do it and you'll miss out. These features can get pretty expensive. You want to put that in your budget so that you can pretty much get everything you're looking for in one shot. And the last one kind of goes back to the rental one, but buying the wrong type of boat is such a big deal. We see it all the time, and it's always because of budget or you're just unsure. You really need to think about what you're going to buy, what you're going to use it for. A hardcore fishing boat's going to be awesome for those days when you're tournament fishing or just going out with the boys, but that hardcore fishing boat with no seats is definitely going to suck when you're going for a sunset cruise with the kids and trying to hang out. I hope you guys can learn something from this buyer mistake guide. And this is just a few, but there are a few that actually matter. Appreciate all the feedback, liking and subscribing, helping us grow our channel. Feel free to comment down below anything else you'd like to see in the boating world. And also comment any other tips that you guys might have. Thanks for watching. Peace out.